The train, for its type, is the most powerful vehicle on land. And the engines of Sodor are the power behind the docks, industries and branch lines that make up the world-renowned Northwestern Railway. These are the stories of Sodor. "1969 started off rather calmly on Sodor. The holiday season was over, so there were fewer tourists, and the frosty weather meant our mineral traffic had slowed down. This was normal and expected. Indeed, this lull in activity was hoped for in the Farquhar branch, as it gave them the chance to start upgrading the main yard. The goal of this project was to concentrate more assets on the line itself, instead of storing them down at Elsbridge. This had been in the works for some time, so the chaps were pretty excited to get started, and the first step in this overhaul was to remove the old infrastructure. That didn't take much. I'm not surprised. It hasn't been used since Beeching's visit. I'm amazed it didn't fall down years ago. The strange thing is, I'm going to miss it slightly. Why's that? The first goods train I ever pulled on my own came out of there. Really? Oh yes, this was back when Thomas was still showing me the ropes. He and I were supposed to double-head it, but he reckoned I was ready to take it on my own. So I did. I'm guessing it went well? Better than that, I finished the job early. Good to hear. And sorry for your loss, I suppose. There's no need to go that far, Joey. It had some sentimental value, but hardly anything worth getting upset about. In fact, I'm willing to make this sacrifice since it's going to be replaced by a nice large engine shed. Isn't it supposed to be going back there? Ah, so it is. My mistake. Either way, I'm looking forward to it. So am I. It'll be nice not having to wonder if I have to sleep up here or down at Elsbridge. Speaking of down at Elsbridge, Patrick should have dropped off those new rails by now, and Whiff is supposed to be bringing them up, which is making me nervous. Is he still having steaming problems? He was this morning. I offered to cover for him, but he said he'll be all right. Bust my buffers. This has been going on for months. Why doesn't he just go to the works? I don't know, but I'm worried if he keeps this up, he'll do himself a serious injury. How about I double-head this lot with you? I'll be fine in a minute, Toby. I think you'll need more than a minute, Whiff. All right, 2 minutes. Then I'll whip these flatbeds up to Farquhar quick smart. You'll see. It's always the same with you geezers. You reckon you're as fit as the day you were built. Bug off, Patrick. I'm no stranger to perseverance. During the First World War, I pulled a train 20 miles with shrapnel sticking out of my boiler. And how long ago was that? 50-odd years? Well, you know what they say. Age is just a number. No, it's a fact. It's also a fact that blokes like you two shouldn't be doing this kind of work. What does this have to do with me? Aren't you even older? Aye, but I don't have any problems. I say you've been lucky. At your age, one mishap and poof, you're done for. At least I got this far. Take it easy or you won't go much further. Either of you. I'll be on my way. Ta-ra. Bust my buffers. That might be the first time that line hasn't worked. Ah, what does he know? He got stuck on the hill and had to be rescued by some mysterious banker. Maybe we are a couple of geezers, but we didn't get to this age by being reckless. Which is why I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you sure you're up to this? Yes, Toby, I am. Well, I'm not convinced, but I know I can't stop you. Just make sure to pace yourself. We don't need to lose any more engines around here. Did you see who it was? No, and my guard had the same experience as Patrick's. He looked right at the engine but can't remember a thing about it. Now that is strange. I know, but whoever it was, I'm glad they helped. I could feel immense pressure in my boiler. I'm not surprised. Your pipes were blocked. If you had kept going, it could have exploded. And according to your crew, you were pushing yourself pretty hard. I was carrying a rather heavy load. Out of curiosity, could I have avoided all this if I had help? Possibly. Why? Did someone offer? Toby, I guess I should have taken it. And not just because of your boiler. The lads have found several other issues. Did you know your frame is cracked? I suspected something was wrong down there. Why didn't you say anything? I've been busy helping with the upgrade. It's pretty important and I need to pull my own weight. And by doing that at the expense of your health, you ended up here. Like I said, you could have burst your boiler. If that happened, we might not be having this conversation. Would that have helped the project or your fellow engines? No, it wouldn't have. I really fouled up, didn't I? I'm sorry, Whiff. I didn't mean to be so aggressive. You just need to understand that blokes your age either bounce back slower from injuries or not at all. In other words, I'm past it. I wouldn't go that far. You'll be fine after we fix you up. And as long as you pace yourself, you'll still have a long working life ahead of you. Maybe. Or maybe it's time for me to move on. What do you mean? He then asked me to call Mr. Watson, which I did. The three of us had a conversation and, well, I can't get into specifics. Why not? Because Whiff asked me not to. He wants to tell you himself. Does that mean you started his repairs? Yes, he'll be out of the works sometime next week. That's a relief. We heard they were delayed. At his request. What? Why? Again, I can't get into, hello, Derek, long time no see. Fizzling fireboxes. Who are you? I'm Justin, your new addition. Didn't you know I was coming? No, our controller didn't say anything. I was getting to that. Mr. Watson's sorry he didn't tell you about this sooner or in person. He's been very busy with Whiff. Percy, Toby, this is an old friend of mine, Justin, who wasn't supposed to be here until later. Well, you know what they say. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. In this case, how could I not be early? I couldn't believe my luck when they said I was being transferred to Sodor. I'm told you had something to do with that, Derek. Mr. Watson asked if I knew anyone suitable. I told him I knew someone great. Wait, I remember you talking about Justin. He said you helped him out during his early days. I was a shunter in the yard next to the workshop where he was built. Back when I was having rampant engine problems, during my test runs, he often had to come to my rescue. And now you're rescuing other engines. That's quite the turnaround. I'm sorry, but can we get back to Whiff for a moment? I'm confused. If he's going to be repaired, why would we need a new engine? You can't get into specifics. Sorry, Percy. Me too, I suppose. For the record, I don't know why any of this is happening either. Is this going to be a problem? Oh, no, of course not. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound like such a pillock. It's just our friend is in the works and there's apparently a lot of secrecy about his condition. And then you suddenly show up. I understand. In your place, I'd be overwhelmed too. I hope your friend comes through, and I hope I'm able to do a good job while I'm here. You clearly have the right attitude, which is a plus. I'll second that. We'd be happy to show you the ropes. Welcome aboard. It should go without saying we were very concerned about Whiff's situation, but also confused. We couldn't figure out why he, or any engine for that matter, would want to delay his own repairs. Then there were the visitors the G11 had in the days before they started. We later found out Mr. Watson had been showing him off to several groups of people, and nobody had any idea who they were. This deepened both the mystery and our anxiety. The chaps on the Farquhar branch were especially bothered by this. Thankfully, Justin's outstanding performance and kindly nature went a long way towards making them feel better. Indeed, he was a worthwhile addition to the branch, and he got along well with everyone. Thanks for the help, Justin. I really appreciate it. No worries. Always happy to lend a hand to a pretty face. Oh, that's sweet. If I was interested in men, I might start blushing. Oh, my aching heart. Guess I'll have to find someone else. That Emily is a fine-looking lass. Too bad she's married to Henry. Ah, why are all the good ones taken? My thoughts exactly. Oh, well, we can always hope that we'll find someone. Anyway, we best run that lot down to Elsbridge. Eh, Percy? You're welcome to take it on your own if you like. You think I'm ready? I think you were ready before you got here. You certainly know your way around a branch line. I've worked a few in my time, many of which got the axe thanks to a certain doctor. I'm willing to take them on my own. I just thought you might want to tag along since Whiff's getting out of the works today. He is? How do you know? Never mind, let's go. Hello, Whiff! Welcome back! How are you feeling? Much better, thanks, Percy. And you must be Justin. Nice to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you. So have I. You're a hard act to follow, that's for sure. I trust the lads have been treating you well? Oh yes, they have. And how are you enjoying the branch? I love it. I'm so happy that I get to call it home. So am I. I'm certainly going to miss it. What does that mean? Why did you delay your repairs? Why has there been so much secrecy about it? And who were all those people that visited you? Calm down, Percy. Don't work yourself into a tizzy. I promise I'll tell you everything in the shed tonight. For now, you better get going. You don't want to be late, do you? No, I don't. But just answer me this. Are you all right? I mean, really all right? Yes, Percy, I am. Don't worry. Call me a contrarian, but every time I hear someone say don't worry, I can't help but be concerned. Me too, except I don't think he's lying. What would be the point? I don't know, but I'm desperate for answers, and I don't think I can wait until tonight to hear them. Maybe you don't have to. What do you mean? Do you know something? Well, I've also been pondering Whiff's situation. In fact, I decided to indulge in some old habits by approaching it like a case. And after reviewing the evidence, I have a theory. Which is what? Let's think about this logically. We'll start with Whiff's condition. If he was still in poor health, they certainly wouldn't have let him out of the works, would they? No, they wouldn't have. But why would he ask them to delay his repairs? Maybe he was considering a final firing and took a few days to think about it. Except something like that doesn't require an audience, which brings us to all the people that visited him. Now, what kind of person would be interested in an engine his age? My guess would be scrap merchants or preservationists. I think we can rule out the scrappers, and given what Whiff said earlier, it sounds like he isn't going to be here much longer. With all that in mind, what can we deduce? Oh my God! Whiff, are you retiring? Yes, Percy, I am. Bust my buffers! I can't believe it! You'll have to, Toby, as it's all been settled. I wasn't sure it would happen, which is why I asked them to hold off on my repairs. No point fixing me if nobody wanted me. And if that happened, would you have asked for a final firing? Yes, I would have. Of course I didn't say that to the buyers when they came to visit me. I didn't want to guilt them into anything. Turns out I didn't have to. This is a golden age for rail preservation, and there's a surprisingly high demand for chaps like me. Mr. Watson even had something of a bidding war going. And who made the winning bet? The Bluebell Railway. Fizzling fireboxes! That's incredible! I know, I couldn't believe it. It's one of the largest in the country, and I'm told the scenery is just stunning. Well, congratulations, Whiff. You deserve this. I don't have the words to express how much we're going to miss you. I'll miss all of you as well. You lads have done so much for me, and I can't thank you enough. Neither can we. So when's your last day? Next month. Well, make sure to stay in contact after you're gone. I will, Percy. I will. Morning, Patrick. Hello, Whiff. I heard the news. You're really leaving? Yep, it's time for me to go. Look, if this is about what I said to you the other day, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to act like such a tosser. I was just trying to help. And maybe if I'd listened, I wouldn't have nearly burst my boiler. Thank goodness you didn't. I have no interest in seeing that again. Again? Back on the mainland, I knew this bloke about your age. Nice fella, everyone loved him, but he was always pushing himself and would often end up at the works. One day, he overdid it. The day after, I took his body to the scrapyard. Well, that might have happened to me if it wasn't for your mysterious banker. I still feel like I drove you to this. You didn't. If anything, your words were a wake-up call. So thank you. You're welcome, I suppose. Is there anything else I can do to help? Maybe I can keep reminding you to take it easy. We don't want you scuppering yourself now, do we? No, we don't. In that case, should you be taking this lot on your own? No, I shouldn't, and I'm not going to. I'll wait until Toby arrives to give me a hand. Well, you know what they don't say. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Only when he's willing to learn. I'm pleased to say Whiff's final weeks on Sodor went by smoothly. He was able to pull his own weight while avoiding any breakdowns. On the day he left, he did so amidst massive fanfare. We were sad to see him go, but thrilled that he was starting a new life. And from the many letters he sent us, it sounded like he was very happy. He spent the rest of his life puffing through the countryside, his coaches filled with holidaymakers and rail fans. I dare say a few of us were rather jealous of this, but who knows? Perhaps one day all of us will follow in his footsteps.